Okay. Have you ever been pointed with a laser pointer in your eyes? Or were you too afraid of what might happen? Well, imagine what Air Force pilots, co-pilots, and navigators